Both teams are coming over to the benches. The Massena Red Raiders in front of head coach Stan Moore right below us here. And Jim Larkin, the head coach for Mount St. Joseph Academy out of Rutland. They are sending their starting lineup out there. Now let's see here. Yeah, that's how it's going to be. Gustafson is going to take the face off, and the two Larkins are playing back.
All right.
So he did tell me the truth.
Okay. Both Larkins, they are brothers. Jim Larkin and Mike Larkin are both back on defense. I think one thing nice about playing is, say, a brand new team, you really don't know anything about them, and we'll see how well maybe Massena can adapt, to what they throw at them.
That's right.
I'm sure Stan Moore has no idea what kind of offense or defense they have.
Craner's line is out for Massena. Craner, Parker, and Solvay. It's going to be DeRushy and Albertine to start at the points for the Massena Red Raiders. And I guess we're just about set to drop the puck here. Dave Evans standing in the circle. And I guess they need a goal judge down the other end.
Okay. He was pointing down to the far end where the clock is, and I thought he was pointing to the clock at first, but need a goal judge down there. Need a volunteer for the goal judge. I'm sure someone will be down there in a minute or so.
I think that's George Madison heading over there. Let me see here. No, that's not George. Off the face-off, it comes to Larkin, over to Larkin. Jim Larkin trying to move it up along the boards, has it poked away. Now he picks it up and lugs it across the blue line. Here's Larkin getting a backhander off. Kenny makes the save. Puck goes in behind the net. So Jim Larkin gets first shot on net. And the puck picked up by Craner behind his own net. Headman passes Parker off the boards. Parker trying to pick it up, takes it in the zone, and barges in on Mike Larkin. The puck goes free in the corner. They jam for it. Albertine tries to pinch in, but it's Thibodeau moving it out to center ice. Ahead to Gustafson, back to Thibodeau. He crosses the blue line. Parker tries to take him out of the play in the corner. The puck comes free, and it's picked up again by Craner, who sweeps it around the boards. Here's Larkin's shot on the fly behind the net. Didn't really get good wood on it. Now the puck free again behind the net. It's DeRushy, feeding it ahead for Craner. Craner's headman pass, intercepted again, kept in at the point. Here's Thibodeau, can't control it. Poke checked away by Albertine. Parker backhands it out to center ice, and Larkin is there. That's Jim Larkin, a headman it to Thibodeau, too far for him, and the puck slides back in the Massena zone as both teams are going to make some changes here. Albertine with the puck now. Headman for Chad Valance is the Mickey Edwards line out there now for Massena, and it's going to be the Sabatso line for Mount St. Joseph's. Here comes Massena breaking across the blue line. Here's an opportunity. Johnson, he fires it wide. Going after it in the corner. It's poke check down to center ice and slides in the Massena zone, and Chris Sidden races for it. Sabatso in on him. He feeds it over on the other side. Greg Paquin has it poke checked away by Randall. In behind the net, it's Randall trying to control it. He and Sidden jam for it. The puck comes back to the blue line, slides over the defenseman, stick out center ice. Here comes Mickey Edwards. Edwards has got Valance with him. Center's right in front. Valance. Treya can't get the shot off as he couldn't really find a handle, and the goalie came out and kicked it away. Pete Stickney making a good play as Chad Valance with the first Massena opportunity on a beautiful pass from Mickey Edwards.
That's right. Edwards going on the right side and threw the puck over to Valance. Couldn't quite get the handle. By the time he got the handle, he was in on the goalie. Fell over the goalie. Now face off just outside the St. Joseph's blue line. No score early first period.
Massena sending still that Edwards line out there. This time it's Sean Brannon's line. Brannon, Curran, and Anderson out for Mount St. Joe's. And we've got the two Larkins on the points again. Sidden with a puck at the red line. Poke checked away. Anderson trying to chase it down to Massena's zone. Paquin throws a check on him. Coming back to pick it up is Valance. Valance lugging it behind the boards now, being forechecked, trying to come up with it. He's still got it. Slides it free, and it goes into the corner for Chris Sidden. Sidden moving up along the boards, has it poke checked away, and the puck comes in behind the net. They jam at it right in front, poked by Sidden again, and it finally goes ahead to Johnson. He breaks out right wing side. Johnson trying to get by a check. He's upended. Mickey Edwards follows up and just on the backhand dumps it in behind the Mount St. Joe's net as Massena wants to make a line change as the Burke line comes out. Puck back to the Massena blue line. Burke back there to pick it up, dumps to an open wing, and it's back to pick it up there for Mike Larkin. Larkin into the zone to brother Jim, and his pass goes behind the Mount St. Joe's player, and Albertine breaks it out the other way. Albertine's headman pass goes off Burke's stick, but it's back out to center ice. Controlled by Gustafson. He can't keep it. Now it's back in the zone by Mount St. Joe's as they try to get something going. The puck comes inside of the net. Albertine stops it before it gets through. Now the headman pass, Fauché. Fauché trying to get it ahead, but is kept in at the point once again by Brent Stickney. There's a Stickney in goal, but this is Brent Stickney, the forward. Now the puck in the Massena zone. Mark Burke with it. Burke's headman intercepted, comes in behind the net, picked up by DeRushy. DeRushy trying to lug it out of trouble, and the puck goes back to the blue line. Here's Larkin's shot, save, and a big one by Kinney. Puck in behind the net. Burke picks it up and starts to move it out. A headman to Fauché, slides by him out to center ice. Now it's Mike Larkin over to Jim Larkin. Larkin's headman into the Massena zone. Mike DeRushy picks it up for the Raiders. Circles behind his own net. Here's DeRushy trying to headman it back to the blue line. Larkin picks it up at center ice. Tries to slide it back in, but offsides will be called as a couple of wings caught inside. And with 11:17 left to play here in the first period, there's no score in the hockey game.
Only 2 shots on net. St. Joe's getting a couple shots on Jim Kenny. Massena unable to get any shots at all on Stickney of St. Joe's. Massena passing off here early in the period.
Craner's line out there now for Massena again against the Sabatso line. Off the face, puck goes back in the Massena territory. Chris Sittenback pick it up for the Raiders. Headman's to Craner. Craner dumps for Sauvé a little bit too far. It's picked up there by Chris Murray. Murray dumps it right back into Massena territory. That goes right on. And Jimmy Kinney has to make a save. Now it's Paquin with it. Long headman pass back out to center ice where it's picked up there by Barrett. Back in the Massena zone. Sidden. It's back out again. Craner after it. He can't control. Now it comes back to him again, but Barrett's there to feed it back in the Massena zone. Now the puck back out to center ice. Controlled there by Chris Murray, right back in the Massena zone. Back for it, there's Chris Sidden. Sidden skates by the net, tries to move it ahead. Off the boards, it goes Paquin. Paquin lugs it ahead, trying to feed it through to Sauvé. Goes over his stick, back into the Mount St. Joe zone, where it's picked up by Chris Murray. Murray around the boards for Anderson. He can't control it. The bouncing puck back to the blue line. Parker keeps it in momentarily, but it's back out to the Massena blue line, slides in the Massena Red Raiders zone where Mike DeRushy picks it up, skates behind his own net. Trying to hit Paquin now. Paquin being bothered a little bit on the forecheck. Paquin now heads to Craner. Craner on the backhand to Chris Parker. Here's Parker moving it ahead in the zone. It comes to Sauvé. Sauvé trying to slide it, but Massena's in the line change as Edwards line out there. Edwards trying to jam for the puck. It comes back to Aubertine. He just dumps it to an open corner. Now the puck back in the corner. And racing to pick it up is Pat Curran. He dumps it down the ice, and that's going to be an icing call against Mount St. Joe's, and one of the few whistles so far in this first period.
Right. Very few whistles so far. Massena unable to get any sustained attack whatsoever. Jerry, the passing, like I say, is just off tonight. They're just not hitting the sticks at all. No score. 9:46 to go. First period.
Let's see here. Gustafson's line out there. Dalton Gustafson. First line center. And let's see here. Mickey Edwards line out from Massena. And apparently there's a hole in the ice out in the first game tonight. It was OFA and will be out there against the Gustafson line. And the faceoff will be in St. Joe's territory. Edwards steps into the circle against Gustafson. And Mel situates everyone the way he wants them. And he gets ready to drop the puck. And the puck is dropped. And the faceoff bounces high in the air back out to center ice. Aubertine over to DeRushy on the other side. Headman to Edwards off his skate, right back in the zone, back out again. Thibodeau to Gustafson across the blue line. Drop pass. Here's the shot. Knocked down on the defense by DeRushy. Now DeRushy trying to come up with it in the corner. The loose puck picked up by Stickney. He loses to DeRushy. DeRushy feeding over to Aubertine, who bangs it around the boards, and it goes back and out to center ice. Here's Chad Valance ahead to Edwards, crosses the blue line. Edwards now stopping about halfway in, bounces it right in front. Here's Valance, shot. Oh, big save. The goalie has it behind him. Oh, and we could see it beautifully from here, and the puck goes free. As that puck was just sitting on the goal line, but did not cross it. Massena with a big opportunity there. That's Chad Valance's second good chance. Now the puck along the boards, and it slides out to center ice. Massena controlling in their own end now. Headman goes to Johnson. He circles at the blue line. Johnson to Paquin. Paquin meant for Edwards. It goes by him into the Mount St. Joe's zone and back to the Massena blue line now. Into the zone as Sidden is nailed, and the puck comes back to center ice and slides all the way down the ice. And it's controlled by goaltender Stickney, and he's going to leave it for his defenseman Mike Larkin. Larkin feeds over on the other side of Jim Larkin. Larkin's headman pass goes off a skate out to center ice where Sidden picks it up. Here's Chris Sidden on the backhand, just dumps it in the zone. Jim Larkin after it, picks it up, loses his footing behind the net, but sweeps it around the boards for Brent Stickney, and Stickney just clears it. It slowly rolls back in the Massena zone, and back there is Greg Paquin to pick it up. Paquin now, long head man pass intercepted. Larkin, a shot from the blue line. Kinney makes the save, and the rebound is picked up and controlled by Burke. Burke trying to get by a check, has it swept away. Following it up now, it's Marty Medina. Medina takes it across the blue line. Fauché keeps it in now. He can't control, and back the other way comes Barrett. Barrett slides into the Massena zone and goes in behind the net, where it's picked up by Paquin again for the Raiders. Ahead to Fauché. Fauché, long head man pass, meant for Medina, a little bit too far, and it's dumped right back in the zone, Massena territory. Back behind the net, Kinney's going to leave it. Around the boards it goes to Sidden rather. Sidden with a puck now, moving it out on the right side. Head man pass right on the stick of Craner, but he can't control it. Puck slides across. He does manage to get a shot on somehow, although I think it was a little inadvertent, and the save is made by Stickney. Puck back out to center ice. Controlled by Parker. It comes the other way. Ahead to Craner. Craner trying to step by. It's poke check. And Randall trying to dump into Massena zone. Aubertine stops it at the blue line. Here's Aubertine. Skates by a check. The backhander. Intercepted. Right back comes Mount St. Joe's. Here's an opportunity right in front. They jam for it, and the puck poke checked into the corner. Has a good opportunity there. The puck around the boards, right in front of the zone, but Seth Sauvé picks it up there and starts out right side. Sauvé, headman pass, goes by Craner, and because he can't catch up, that'll be an icing call. Move the faceoff back in Massena territory with 6:48 left first period. No score.
And again, Massena really not doing too much offensively, although Valance did have a pretty good chance right in front of that. In fact, the puck was behind the goalie. The goalie didn't even see it. I think finally one of his defensemen swept it out of the goal crease in behind the net. That's the only really good scoring chance that Massena has had. And actually all the shots on Jim Kenny have come from outside.
Face off Massena territory right side as Gustafson back out to face off against Mickey Edwards off the draw. Puck back to the point. Larkin's quick shot goes wide. Boy, he got that one off in a hurry. Comes to Mike Larkin on the other side. Dumps it in the corner. After it there is Thibodeau. In behind the net. They center right in front. Score. Beautiful scoring play as Gustafson will get the goal from Phil Thibodeau and probably Mike Larkin as well. And Mount St. Joe's goes on top on a score of 1-0. A beautiful pass play around the horn. And Mount St. Joe's draws first blood with 6:37 left to go in the first period.
Gustafson right in front. Nobody picked him up at all. He was all alone in front. Took the pass from behind. He was all alone. Put it behind Kenny. 1-0 St. Joe's.
So Gustafson gets the goal. And across the blue line, here comes Massena's Jeff Johnson. Can't control it. Larkin back the other way. Feeding it to Stickney. His shot from outside knocked down. And we have an offsides call. So that'll move the faceoff back outside Massena territory. 1-0 the score in favor of Mount St. Joe's with 6:26 left in period number 1. Mark Burke's line back out there. And it's going to be the Greg Sabatso line. Sabatso, Ladebush, and Jeff Randall. Off the faceoff, puck slides back into the zone. Barrett with it, trying to feed it ahead. Back to the Massena blue line. Now they jam for it at center ice. Finally, it's dumped by Fauché, and it's stopped by goaltender Stickney. Stickney leaves it for Chris Murray, who whistles it around the boards. They jam for it in front. A poke check comes in the slot, picked up by Darren King, who's out there for the first time in a while. King steps by a check, takes it in the corner, centering pass right in front. It goes back to the blue line. Here's a shot right on, just wide, I should say, as Fauché had an opportunity. Now Burke after it. He can't catch up with it. Fauché slams for it. The puck falls down, or the player falls down. The puck picked up by King. King keeps it in the zone now, feeds it in the corner, in behind the net. Here's Fauché with it. Fauché trying to get by a check, taking in the boards there. Fauché, and we have a whistle, and we're going to have holding in front of the net, I believe.
I believe so. I think St. Joe's, right, St. Joe's defenseman Barrett called for holding in front of the net. So Massena will go on a power play.
So Massena gets their first power play opportunity of the evening. In fact, it's the first power play in the game for either team. First penalty in the game. So let's see here. The two Larkin boys are out there, Thibodeau and Gustafson. And coming out for Massena, it'll be Mickey Edwards, Mike DeRushy, and let's see here. The other wing will be Chris Parker. Craner and Aubertine will be back. Face off in the St. Joe's zone. Right side off the draw. Back to the point. Aubertine slides it through the middle. It's intercepted by Larkin, and he dumps it out to center ice and all the way down the ice. Here's Craner with it, in behind his own net. Craner starts it out now, moving it for Massena. Craner, he's got it across the blue line, into the zone. Craner in the corner, dropping it back for DeRushy, but is poke checked away and slides in the Massena territory. Aubertine with it. Aubertine feeds it to Parker, who's come back. Parker starts to lug it ahead. Drops it for DeRushy. DeRushy takes it across the blue line, trying to barge his way through. Gets through one, gets through two, takes a whack at it. Couldn't control it, and it's dumped back to the blue line. Kept in by Aubertine. Aubertine tries to slide it to the middle, but it's intercepted by Gustafson, and he dumps it down to Massena territory with about 40 seconds left in the power play. Aubertine with a puck now. Starts out right side. Aubertine lugs it ahead. Headman pass hits Parker. Goes a little bit too far for him. Larkin picking it up. That's Jim Larkin. Backhands it back to the blue line. Aubertine somehow keeps it in, but now he can't. And there's a foot race for the puck. And Craner gets back there. He can't control it. Here's a shot fired wide. And the puck whistles around the boards. In the Massena zone, Edwards coming back for it. We have a whistle. And what do we have?
Looks like another penalty call. I'm not sure. Dave Evans calling a penalty. What? Roughing, boarding? I'm not sure what it was called, and I'm not sure who was called on. I think it's called on St. Joe's again.
I think that's going to be Gustafson. That might be a delay of game. As he fell down on top of the puck, maybe that's what the call is, but that'll give Massena a two-man advantage. Not for very long, for 16 seconds, but it is an advantage. 1-0, Mount St. Joe's leading it. Larkin stays out there. And it is a delay of game.
Delay of the game,
okay.
Holding the puck against the boards.
Yeah, that's what it is. And here comes Massena with a two-man advantage for a few seconds here. Headman pass into the zone. Parker trying to break by the defense. He gets in there. Here's Parker stopping, dropping it back to Edwards. Edwards goes to Aubertine. Aubertine winds a shot through a screen, knocked down. They jam for it. Edwards right in front, shot. Nice glove save by the goaltender Stickney. Edwards had that one labeled for the corner, but Stickney got the glove out, made the big save, and one of the penalties is up.
Yeah, pretty good shot. Didn't get a lot of wood on it, though. I think if it had a little sharper, a little quicker shot, it'd have been in, but a little flutter shot. And that time, the goalie, Pete Stickney of St. Joe's, picked it up. Face-off still in the St. Joe's zone. Massena still in the power play.
Okay, Larkin's going to take the face-off now against Edwards. Off the draw. Back to the point, but it goes by everybody down in Massena territory and in behind the net. Kenny leaves it for Aubertine. Aubertine to DeRushy. Goes by DeRushy. Larkin gets a piece of it and dumps it back. Good team at killing penalties. Either that or the Massena power play is not really clicking very well. Here's DeRushy with it. DeRushy drops it to Aubertine. Aubertine moves it ahead for DeRushy. Here comes DeRushy across the blue line, trying to drop it for Parker. Parker's got it. Moves it at the point now. Goes to Edwards, back to Parker. Parker gets by a man. Tries to poke it back to Edwards, taken away and dumped down the ice again by Larkin. DeRushy's back for it, feeding it around for Aubertine. Still 1-0 for Mount St. Joe's. Massena on the power play for about 20 seconds. I don't think I want to see Mount St. Joe's power play for some reason. Here comes Mickey Edwards trying to split the defense. The puck poke checked away, and once again it's Larkin, or that's Thibodeau rather, and he fires it up into the mesh and out of the ice surface. And the faceoff will come outside Massena territory at about the red line with 2:58 left to go in the first period. 5 seconds left in the Massena man advantage. And so far, our power play has not been very powerful.
Very ineffective. They did not get a shot on net on either power play, Jerry. They had a tough time coming out of their own end.
Off the faceoff. Here's Larkin. He gets a shot right on from the other blue line. And the save made by Kinney. Greg Paquin with it. Headman pass goes to Fauché. Fauché feeding it to Burke. Burke gets a shot right on. Stickney makes a save. Oh, right on top of it, Medina. But he couldn't control. Now the puck back to the blue line, intercepted. And here comes Gustafson. Gustafson breaking down the right side. Almost got by Paquin, but he forced him wide. Puck in behind the net. They jam for it in the slot. Poked away in the corner. Now Thibodeau after it. He can't control. Now he's got it back again. Centering pass. Gustafson scores again. And again, same play, except the pass came from out front. Gustafson all by himself in front, and it's 2-0 for Mount St. Joe's.
Yeah, if they let that Gustafson just roam in that slot like that without just moving him, it's going to be a long night for Massena. He's there with nobody touching him at all. St. Joe's go up 2-0.
That pass coming from Thibodeau out front. And it went right in the slot to Gustafson, who was all by himself. He just turned around and poked it right through Jimmy Kinney's legs. And it's 2-0 for Mount St. Joe's with 2:23 left to go here in period number 1. Off the faceoff, Massena's Craner slides it through, taken away by Barrett, back the other way. Here comes Barrett. Barrett in the corner now, trying to center right in front, shot right on Kinney, makes the save. Headman pass, here comes Craner breaking out, right side. Craner, bounce pass, goes into the corner. After it there is Solvay. Solvay centering pass goes behind the net, off a stick. The puck comes free and is picked up there by Chris Murray. Murray slides it to center ice, right back in the zone again, but offsides as Parker caught in. And we're down to 1:54 in the first period, 2-0 for Mount St. Joe's. Craner's line out there for Massena, and it's the Sean Brannon line for Mount St. Joe's. Pat Curran and Aaron Anderson on the wings. Off the faceoff. Controlled by DeRushy. He slides it in the zone. He and Larkin jam for it. Puck to the blue line, kept in. It's the point. Now it whistles in behind the net. Larkin and Parker jam for it. The puck slides free. It's picked up by Mike Larkin, who feeds it around the boards, but not out. Kept in there by Craner. Now it's Parker with it in the corner. Centering pass. Solvay missed it. The puck bouncing high in the air. Solvay puts it down, trying to get it to Craner. Craner gets a quick wrist shot off, doesn't get through the traffic, and it's Mike Larkin feeding it down into the Massena zone, and it's picked up by DeRushy. Mike DeRushy with a puck now. Headman pass for Parker to Craner. Craner from the blue line. Fakes a shot, gets by. Here's Craner. Backhand, and Larkin got back and made a good defensive play. That's Jim Larkin. Now the puck still in the Mount St. Joe's zone. About 1:07 left. Kept in by Aubertine. Aubertine gets a shot off. Knocked down by Mike Larkin. Puck in behind the net. Now Valance and Jim Larkin. Far forward. Larkin feeds it ahead and is dumped out to center ice. Chris Sidden for Massena now takes it back across. Steps by, but Larkin steals and dumps it down in the Massena zone. And that'll be an icing call against Mount St. Joe's. And with 47 seconds, the faceoff will move back into Mount St. Joe's territory. But Mount St. Joe's with a 2-0 lead.
Massena's got to do a little more pressuring on Mount St. Joe's. Massena's only sending one man in most of the time, Jerry, and it's pretty tough to keep a team in their own end, only sending one man in.
Edwards will take the face-off for Massena. And let's see here. Gustafson's line right back out there. Off the face-off, puck in the circle. After it is Jim Larkin. Feeds it around the boards. Goes to Thibodeau. Thibodeau trying to move it along. He can't get it out of there. Kept in by Edwards to Valance. Valance has it poked away by Larkin again. That's Jim Larkin, and he feeds it. Oh, beautiful pass. Here's Gustafson breaking in right side. Centering pass right in front, but it goes wide as Thibodeau couldn't get it off. He was too well tied up by Sidden. Now Massena trying to break it out of there. It goes off Edwards' stick, but it's going to go right on Stickney, the goaltender. And he passes it ahead. Here's Larkin. Larkin taken out of the play by Sidden. Gustafson centering pass. Thibodeau shot, scored! And it's 3-0 for Mount St. Joe's on a beautiful pass from Gustafson to Thibodeau. And with 12 seconds left, Massena's going to have to make some adjustments in between periods, that's for sure.
So it was a good shot by Thibodeau, though. It was in the upper right-hand corner over the glove shoulder of Jim Kenny. Super shot right up in that top corner. It was a nice pass from Gustafson. Before it was Gustafson from Thibodeau this time. Thibodeau from Gustafson. And, of course, that's their big first line.
Larkin also picked up an assist on that goal. And it's 3-0 for Mount St. Joe's. Off the faceoff with 5 seconds left. Fauché taken out of the play. Larkin picks it up, backhands it ahead, and the buzzer sounds. So Mount St. Joe's will go into the locker room with a 3-0 lead here as they came out flying, especially in the second half of the first period, and have scored 3 quick goals here. Our broadcast brought to you by the Jeffersons in the circle against Kevin Craner. And it'll be Larkin and Larkin playing the points. Jim and Mike. Jim, of course, going to the University of Vermont next year to play Division I college hockey. And he's a good one. Off the faceoff, DeRushy's got it over to Aubertine. Headman to Craner. Craner just dumps it into the zone. Parker after it. He and Larkin jam. Craner comes up with it momentarily. Larkin takes it away and feeds it along the boards for Thibodeau. Can't get it out of the zone. Craner picks it up, gets a quick wrist shot off. Sticky makes the save. It was not a real hard shot. Puck in behind the net. Larkin and Craner jam. Jim Larkin picks it up and starts to lug it out of there. Here's Larkin making a nice move across the blue line. His shot. Oh, scores! That one right through Jim Kinney, and it's 4-0. A big slapper by Jim Larkin. Kinney got the glove on it, but it went right through him. And the scoreboard reads 4-0 now for Mount St. Joe's.
Larkin came came in from his defensive position, skated over the blue line. Again, nobody picked him up. He was only over the blue line, what, maybe 10 feet. He let a slapper go. Kenny got a glove on it, but I'll tell you, that puck was moving. Wow. About waist high in the net. St. Joe 4, Massena 0.
Mickey Edwards line out there now against the Sabatso line. Off the faceoff. The puck controlled by Barrett. Barrett feeding it over on the other side. Intercepted there. Massena, Jeff Johnson. Ahead to Edwards. Edwards takes it in the zone. Right in front. Here's Balance, and he fired it just wide. Good chance for Massena there. Now the puck along the board. Sitting trying to pinch in. It comes to Edwards. Edwards has it poked away. Bounces off the boards and back out to center ice. Here's Greg Paquin with it. Paquin trying to clear the zone. He's got the puck. Headmans it. It goes to Johnson. Johnson moving along the boards. He is met there by Lotta Bush. Lotta Bush sparring for it. Can't control. Johnson throws a hard check, but it's dumped back into Massena's zone. Back there is Paquin to pick it up. Paquin starts to move it. Long headman pass. Chad Valance breaking in on the left wing side to Edwards. Edwards stops. Circles. He takes it in the corner. Now gets a shot right on. Stickney sticks it in the corner. Puck around the boards now. Coming back to pick it up is Pat Curran. Curran feeds it behind the net. Stolen away there by Valance, who can't control it and moves around the boards. And we have a whistle.
I think we got matching minors coming up here. Probably roughing. Balance for Massena. I'm not sure who for Larkin.
That's Mike Larkin. Mike Larkin goes off along with Chad Valance, roughing the call. So we've got 4-on-4, and Thibodeau and Gustafson come back out there. And Larkin will be out there. That's Jim Larkin, and they need one other defenseman. Now they're going to have another winger. Stickney comes back out. So they've got their four guns out there right now, 4-on-4. Burke and Medina out from Massena, along with DeRushy and Aubertine. Face off in the zone. It comes to Aubertine. His shot. Stickney to save the rebound, and Medina got railed from behind and couldn't control it. Now the puck back to the Massena blue line. It slides across, and DeRushy goes after it. In the corner, DeRushy being forechecked by Stickney, trying to slide it ahead, and Gustafson gets a piece of it, pokes it away. Now DeRushy over on the other side. Aubertine trying to move it ahead. He can't. The puck comes free, picked up by Burke now. Burke circles in behind his own net. Headman pass. Aubertine to Medina, intercepted. Controlled there by Brent Stickney. Back into Massena territory. DeRushy again over to Aubertine. Aubertine moving it ahead. Out to center ice. Larkin intercepts, trying to move it back. It goes to Stickney, who dumps it right back in the Massena zone. Gustafson is back for it. In behind the net. DeRushy trying to take him out of the play. Gustafson kicks it aside. It's intercepted by Burke. Burke now bounces it, hits the back of the cage. Kinney steers it in behind the net. Thibodeau trying to take it away, but it's controlled by Aubertine. Ahead to Medina. Here's Medina. Across the red line, across the blue line, just backhands it as he gets knocked right at the blue line, and Larkin comes up with it. Jim Larkin moving out right side. Here comes Larkin across the blue line. Here's Larkin, takes it across, gets a weak shot off, and actually was deflected, and Kinney made the save and gloved it and held on. 11 seconds left in the matching minors, and it's 4-0 for Mount St. Joe's over Massena. 12-11 left to go here in the second period. Barrett and Murray come out now to play defense, and it's going to be Sabatso and Jeff Randall. Oh, wait a minute. Lotta Bush comes out there now, and Randall will take the face-off. In the Massena zone, left side. Lotta Bush against Craner. Off the face-off, puck goes in behind the net, and it's picked up there by Paquin. Paquin gets by a check, slides it ahead for Craner. Kevin Craner with a puck now, moving it across the blue line into the corner in behind the net. It's Barrett after it. Around the boards it goes. Puck slides free. Craner drops it back to the point, but it slides over the blue line. It's back out to center ice, and it goes off Paquin's leg on the pass from Sidden into the Massena zone. Here's Paquin, leaving it for Craner. Craner swipes it around the boards. Trying to come up with it is Lotta Bush. Lotta Bush and Sidden jam. Sidden takes it away. Bounces over to Paquin on the other side behind the net. Headman pass. Craner. Craner breaks it. Here comes Craner across the blue line. In on the right side. Trying to get by his man. He is taken out of the play. Parker follows up. Back to the point he goes. Over to Sidden. Sidden winds. His shot. Knocked down. They jam at it. The puck comes free in the slot. And who's got it? It's still free. Coming after it is Parker and Sauvé. They try to tie it up and do. And we'll have a face-off in Mount St. Joe's territory with 11:17 left second period. Still 4-0. for St. Joe's.
Tell you, when Massena's men were in the slot, they weren't standing. They weren't standing there. There was a green jersey. St. Joe's having the green, green and white, primarily green, and they had green all over the Massena forwards as they were in the slot in the St. Joe's end.
Off the face-off, the puck comes to Larkin. It goes off a stick back out off the ice surface, and they'll face it off again. Let's see here. Sean Brannon's line out there, the third line. Haven't seen them that much in the hockey game, but they're out there now. Of course, with a 4-goal lead, you can afford to do some things that you can't if it's a close game. Face-off left side, Mount St. Joe's zone. Off the face-off, it comes to Larkin, Jim Larkin, and he lifts it high in the air back to Massena territory. Albertine has to regroup and come back. Bangs it off the boards. Back to Mike Larkin at his own blue line. Feeds to brother Jim. Back out to center ice. Now Mickey Edwards gets a piece of it. Takes it across the blue line. Here's Edwards swiping at it. It goes in behind the net. He gets it again. Trying to center it. Back to Jeff Johnson. The puck bounces away, and it's controlled again out to center ice. Now it's Chad Valance. Picking it up, steps across the blue line, gets by a check. Edwards can't come up with it. It's poke check back center ice. Albertine. Albertine has it taken away. Here's Aaron Anderson into the Massena zone, but he can't control, and it comes to Darren King. King trying to get it ahead to Johnson. Johnson leaves it, and it slides back to him. Here comes Jeff Johnson carrying it across. Into the corner it goes. Johnson after it again. In the Mount St. Joe's zone. Larkin takes it away from Johnson, feeds it ahead. Sidden keeps it in. Goes back to Larkin again in the corner, back out to center ice. And it's going to go in the Massena zone. Gustafson racing for it. He gets it, but icing is called. He didn't quite catch up with it. And we're down to 10:08 left to go in the second period. 4-0 for Mount St. Joe's.
St. Joe's picking up 3 goals in that first period and 1 goal in the second period. Goal in the second period coming off the stick of Jim Larkin, who skated over the blue line. Let a tremendous slap shot go. Jimmy Kenny got a piece of it, but it trickled into the net. And that put St. Joe's up 4-0. That's the way it is right now with 10:08 to go, second period.
Burke's line out there now for Massena. Off the face-off, the puck back to the blue line. Sidden keeps it in. Steers it in the corner, intercepted, back out to center ice. Back across the blue line it goes. Burke trying to feed it over to Medina in the corner. Medina ridden into the boards by Thibodeau. Puck comes free, Burke after it. Bounces back to the point, kept in. Here's the shot just wide, taken by Greg Paquin. Now on the puck in front, they jam at it. Medina couldn't find the handle. And the puck bounces off the ice surface as Fauché tried to slide it across the slot. But we'll have a face-off again in the Mount territory. Larkin with a brief rest. He's right back out again.
Every other shift,
right? Well, 9:40 left, second period. 4-0 for the Mount. As Sabatso's line comes back out. And the Burke line stays out for Massena. Off the draw. Puck in the corner, back to the blue line, kept in again by Paquin, who dumps it to an open wing, gets it back again, dumps it back through. The puck in the middle, it's Larkin who lifts it high in the air, and Sidden comes after it. Slides it ahead. It goes to Fauché. Fauché kind of overskated. The puck free Burke after it. He can't quite handle it, and the puck back in the Massena zone. Paquin picks it up there behind his own net. Paquin moving it, now circling. Trying to feed it around the boards, but in there is Ladebush centering right in front. And it comes to Paquin, and he almost put it in his own net, but now he feeds it ahead. Here's Fauché. Across the blue line, gets a quick shot off, but it's wide. Puck goes in the corner, picked up by Mike Larkin. He starts back the other way. Massena making a line change, the Craner line out there. Larkin dumps it from on the wrong side of the blue line, and icing will be called. And the faceoff will move back into Mount territory with 8:51 left, second period. 4-0 for Mount St. Joe's.
Things are quieted down after that last goal of Larkin's. Sort of just back and forth, not much happening. Massena's involved in the play quite a bit more, although St. Joe's using that third line more than they did before in the second period, too.
And they come out there now against the Craner line. Face off right side, off the draw, comes to Albertine, slides one right on, and the save made by Stickney. Not a real hard shot, but Stickney made the save. Now Sylvie in the corner trying to come up with it. He can't, and Larkin feeds it out to center ice. Albertine is there. Off the boards to Parker. Parker turns around, starts across the blue line. Here's Parker, gets by a check, gets a shot off the save, the rebound in front, and Sylvie couldn't quite come up with it. Now the puck around the boards again. They jam for it behind the net. It's picked up by Mike Larkin around the boards. Can't get it out. Kept in by Craner. Craner gets a quick wrist shot off. Doesn't get through, and it's dumped back to center ice. DeRushy picks it up, circles at his own blue line. DeRushy goes ahead for Craner. Here comes Craner now. The shot from he fakes the shot to blue. Now a quick wrist shot, and Stickney makes the save. Sobey trying to center it. Larkin intercepts. Starts back again. Can't get it out. DeRushy keeps it in. Here's Mike DeRushy's shot. Right in front. They jam at it. And the save made by Stickney again. And the puck out. Yeah, it is out. Here comes Larkin breaking down the right side. Whoa, he turns the Jets on and scores. Oh, my goodness. Did he put a turn of speed on or what?
He put a turn of speed, and he had Albertine going the wrong way. He got by Albertine. Again, just a quick slap shot. It was to the glove side, about a foot off the ice, just inside the post. They go ahead. St. Joe's ahead 5-0. I said Larkin was a good player. He is, Jerry. I'll tell you, he can shoot that puck. Wow.
I think Massena might be learning a little lesson here, Reg. Stickney picked up the assist on Larkin's second goal of the game, and it's 5-0 for Mount St. Joe's, and we're not quite halfway through the period. And Mount St. Joe's doing to Massena what Massena did to the Bay the other night. Mickey Edwards line out there now. Off the face-off. Puck controlled. Here's a quick shot by Murray. Sidden knocks it down. It comes to Paquin. Paquin bangs it out to center ice. Back there is Jeff Barrett. Barrett's headman pass. Doesn't quite cross the blue line, and the puck comes in behind the net. Stopped by Kinney. Kinney feeds it around the boards for Johnson. Johnson has it poke-checked away again by Ladebush. Centering pass right in front, and they jam for it. The puck's still in the circle, and it comes in behind the net. Now back to the point. Here's a blast, and Kinney makes the save and gloves it as the shot coming from Jeff Barrett at the right point. And with 7:15 left in the second period, just over halfway through the game, it's Mount St. Joe's leading it on a score of 5-0. Been a while since Massena's been in this position, Reg.
You know, on that side of a 5-0 score, they've been on the high side, but I don't think they've been on the low side for a long time of a 5-0 score.
Off the face-off, the puck comes in to Albertine. Ahead to Medina. Marty Medina now feeds Burke. Across the blue line, quick shot. Stickney makes the save, and Medina couldn't connect with the rebound, and the puck comes into the corner. Back there to pick it up. They move it around the boards. The puck's still in the zone. We have a whistle. We're going to have a penalty.
They got a penalty.
Against who? Marty Medina.
Medina.
Tripping. I think a double minor. Wait a minute. Yeah, that's what it is, all right. A double minor against Medina for tripping. He got him twice. Which means we're going to get to see Mount St. Joe's power play. I'm not sure I want to see that right now. That's Massena's first penalty of the game, isn't it? Besides the matching.
Right, it's the first penalty, the first power play for St. Joe's.
Okay, we've got Johnson and Parker, Albertine, and King out there to try to kill it off. Gustafson's line, no big surprise there on the power play. And the Larkins at the points, so no big difference. King takes a whack at it, dumps it back out to center ice. Larkin's got it. Larkin feeding it ahead. Here's Gustafson across the blue line, intercepted by Johnston, and Parker on the backhand feeds it back to Mount St. Joe's territory. Larkin over to Larkin. Mike Larkin feeding it ahead into the Massena zone. The puck comes to King. In behind the net, looking for the height. Can't get it out of the zone. Kept in by Mike Larkin nicely. Larkin's backhander knocked down, and it's back out center ice by Chris Parker. Now Larkin feeds it ahead. Comes in the zone. It's Phil Thibodeau in behind the net now. Hard check thrown by Gustafson. He and King jam and tie it up. And we'll have a face-off with 2:16 left to go in the double minor to Marty Medina. Now Greg Paquin and Chris Sidden come out. In case you just joined us, Massena on the short end of a 5-0 score here. A couple of goals for Dalton Gustafson, a couple of goals for Jim Larkin, and a goal for Phil Thibodeau for Mount St. Joe's, as they have been all over Massena since the opening faceoff. Now the second line out there, Sabatso's line. Greg Paquin's got it, bangs it ahead for Jeff Johnson. Can't clear the zone. Larkin shot. Kinney makes the save. Puck whistled around the boards. Back to the blue line. Dalton can't keep it in. Parker after it. Dalton comes up with it. Parker tries to tie. The puck comes free. Sidden just bounces it, and Stickney makes the save. That was from center ice and leaves it for Jim Larkin. Larkin's head man. Lotta Bush ahead to Sabatso. Sabatso just feeds it in the Massena zone. The puck comes free. In behind the net, Jeff Johnson trying to get by a check. The puck slides free again. They jam for it back to the point. Here's Barrett's shot. Save made by Kinney, and he's going to hold on. That wasn't quite as brisk as a Jim Larkin shot.
No, not quite. But one thing I like about their slap shots, St. Joe, they're right low and right on the ice. As again with their passes, I know with their passes, if you notice, all their passes are pretty much on the ice, Jerry.
Pretty well.
Massena's just flicking their pass. In other words, they're just like a little wrist-type shot. They're flicking the pass, and it's very, very difficult to catch a pass like that.
Burke is out there now. Off the face-off. Gustafson, ooh, on the backhand, just fired it wide. And it's out to center ice. Mickey Edwards, the other man up front, killing the penalties. Albertine for one and King the other on defense. Here comes Thibodeau across the blue line, in on the off-wing side, trying to drop it back. Intercepted, and back the other way comes Mickey Edwards. Edwards coming down the ice on Larkin. Drop pass goes to Burke. He just backhands it in the corner. Well, one of the penalties is up. We're down to about 1:05 in the other. Here's Larkin, headman pass. Here's Stickney. Stickney just slides it in the Massena territory. Darren King is back for it. He gets a piece of it, feeds it around the boards. Gustafson waiting for it. He's going to let it go back to Larkin. No, he takes it himself. Feeds it to Larkin. To Gustafson in the slot. They center it in behind the net. Stickney with it. He jams with Albertine. The puck comes free. Stickney's got it. Looking to pass. He's still got it. Right in front. They jam for it. The puck to save. The rebound. Into the corner it goes. And again, Massena not clearing that front out very much, but finally Burke intercepts a pass and says enough of that. Dumps it down the ice, and the goaltender, Pete Stickney, has to make the save. Massena making a change. Here comes Larkin, and boy, he almost broke that one. What do we got here? Too many...
I know, Mike.
I think he got it too many... No, wait a minute. Offsides. I'm
just
sorry.
Offside.
Yeah.
I'm not...
There was a big line change going on right in front of the net as the play went by, and I thought he was going to call it too many, but not the case. It's just an offsides.
Just outside the Massena blue line. 20 seconds left in the Massena penalty, so 20 seconds. St. Joe's will be in the power play.
Actually, Massena doing a fairly decent job killing it.
They did. Good job of killing.
We got Brannon's line back out there now. Off the face-off, the puck comes back to the Joe's blue line. Larkin's there, and that was a curveball right on. And Kinney makes the save and holds on. And it looked like he was just trying to clear it, but it kind of curved right in on Jim Kinney.
Curved right in. That shot was taken just about the center red line. And like you say, it was going a little bit wide. All of a sudden, it sort of curved in. Jimmy Kinney had to make the save, forcing the face-off just to his right. 10 seconds left in Massena's penalty.
Off the face-off, DeRushy for Massena. Feeds it around the boards. Setsove dumps it, and it bounces down the blue line. The penalty is up. And Massena gets Marty Medina back to full strength. Here comes Mount St. Joe's clearing the zone ahead to Brannon. Brannon taken out of the play. The puck bounces in the Massena zone, goes into the corner. DeRushy after it there. DeRushy steps by a check, feeds it for Craner. Craner on the backhand ahead to Parker, goes by his stick. Back out to center ice, controlled by Brannon. He takes a whack at it. Craner steals, in turn loses to Larkin, who dumps it right back in the zone. In behind the net, Mike DeRushy comes back to pick it up. Steps by a check. Here's DeRushy. Headman to Craner, right on his stick. Nice pass. Here's Craner across the blue line. Gets a quick wrist shot off. Knocked down. The puck back to blue line out to center ice. And racing down the other way. The shot right on. That shot taken by Jeff Randall. And Kinney makes the save and leaves it for Albertine. Albertine breaking out left side. Here comes Albertine. Rushing it across the blue line. Albertine in behind the net now. Circling. Gets by a check now. Craner comes in to help out. Pokes it free. Now Craner after it in behind the net. Centering pass right in front, but it's poked back to the blue line. Darren King takes a whack right on. The save made. The rebound jamming in front. Solvay gets a whack at it, and the puck goes just wide. Solvay again trying to center it. Massena's best chance there. And we have a whistle. We're going to have penalties in front of the net. Matching Miners Craner will be going off for one and Chris Murray for the other, I believe. I think they got Craner too. Well, wait a minute. Maybe it was just Murray.
Murray's the only one going off. So Massena will have a chance on a power play here with 2:32 to go in the second period. Massena down 5-0.
I thought they did get Craner. He quickly came over to the bench, but no, he got nailed for high
You can always tell the guilty party. He sneaks over to his own bench. You know how they do that?
So Craner and Murray going off and matching minors, and so it'll be 4-on-4 plus the goaltenders. Off the face-off, Edwards out there with Johnson. Puck comes in behind the net. Mike Larkin feeds it around the boards. Darren King steps into it, can't quite handle it, and the puck comes back the other way. Here comes Thibodeau across the blue line, trying to get by Albertine. Gets a shot off right in front, and I believe Kenny got a stick on it, and Jeff Johnson picks up the loose puck, comes back the other way. Shot from the blue line, and the save made by Stickney. Steers it in the corner. Edwards after it there. He loses it. It comes to Larkin. Larkin out to center ice. Albertine feeds it ahead. Larkin gets it back again, changes direction. The big blast, and that's glove high, and Kenny gloves it and leaves it. Darren King with it now for Massena. Headman pass goes by everybody. That'll be an icing call on Massena. And he'll move the face-off back into Massena territory. Raiders trailing 5-0 here, and, well, there's not a lot of time left when you're behind 5-0.
Not really. This period almost over, and both teams playing four-a-side. It's Craner and Massena. Murray of St. Joe's in the penalty box. Face-off in the Massena end with only 1:49. Massena down 5-0.
Stickney will take the face-off. He's a big kid. He'll face off against Burke. Off the draw. Puck control by Massena. Here comes Marty Medina. In on the off wing, takes it across. Medina in the corner now, stops. He and Larkin jam for it. Larkin comes away with it, but now Burke helps out. Larkin gets it away from him. Moves it along the boards. Burke trying to check him into the boards. He gets by that check, feeds it ahead for Stickney. Stickney has it poke checked away. Nice play by Paquin. Paquin loses to Barrett. Puck slides in behind the net now, and it's Chris Sidden with it. 18 seconds left in the matching minors. Sidden headman. Here's Paquin dumping. Larkin back to pick. Larkin with it. Lifts it. Back to the blue line and out to center ice. And it comes to Greg Paquin again. Paquin's headman goes to Medina. He's taken out of the play. The puck comes into the Massena zone just across the blue line. Burke picks up the loose puck. Feeds it ahead for Paquin. Paquin. Long headman to Craner. Craner's got a partial breakaway. Here comes Craner. And he couldn't quite get the shot off as he was kind of hassled from behind. And the puck goes into the corner. Now back to the point. There's a shot by Paquin wide. And Larkin feeds it around the boards. Chris Sidden pinches in. And the puck comes free. It's picked up there by Jeff Barrett. Barrett around the boards. Sidden takes it away from him. Sidden has it underneath. The puck sliding free. Gustafson there. And they tie it up with 26 seconds left. And the faceoff will come. Kevin Craner had a breakaway, but just enough of a hassle from behind. He didn't get the good shot off.
Well, he never really got in position. He didn't get the puck, on his stick well enough to get the good shot off. The puck did go toward the net, and Stickney had to make a save, and not a real hard shot that time, as Craner just couldn't get quite organized to get the shot off.
Face-off in the zone of Mount St. Joe's. Brannon's line out there against the Craner line. DeRushy feeding it over to Albertine. Albertine takes a whack at it, has it taken away, gets it back again, trying to slide it through the middle. The puck comes back to DeRushy. Takes a whack at it. It's blocked. Right in front, they jam, and Stickney gets a big stick on it again. Massena with another good opportunity. But it's dumped down the ice with 6 seconds left. And that'll be an icing call as the clock ticks to 4. Massena will have one more chance here in the second period. A couple of good opportunities right there.
I think Mount St. Joe just wanting to run out the clock there, but they tried to ice the puck, which they did, but the clock did not run out. 4 seconds to go. Face off in the St. Joe's, and let's see, Craner will take the face off for Massena.
Sauvé and Parker, the two wingers. DeRushy out there along with Albertine. 5-0. Mount St. Joe's leading. They got 3 in the first, 2 more here in the second. And, hey, they're a good hockey club. I think they stack up pretty well with Potsdam, don't you?
I would say so. Definitely. Give a Potsdam a run for the money.
I guess so. Off the face-off. Craner can't get the shot off. It's out to center ice as the horn sounds. And period number 2 ends with Massena on the short end of nothing. I don't think they're real used to this.
Well, Massena, first off, they're not shut out that often.
No,
to say the least. And they are shut out. I mean, it might be shut out 1 or 2 to nothing, but never 5 to nothing. Well, hopefully Massena can get on the scoreboard this third period. They're of course ready to start, ready to drop the puck at center ice. Let's see.
We've got Craner's line out there.
That Craner line is going to be starting.
And, of course, the Gustafson line for Mount St. Joe's. Off the face-off, the puck comes back to Larkin at his own blue line. Poke checked away back out center ice. Gustafson starts to move it. Across the blue line, offsides will be called. Mike Larkin is out there playing defense, but the other defenseman is Bernie Adams. So Jim Larkin sitting on the bench right now. So Bernie Adams is out there playing for the first time tonight, and Jim Larkin sitting on the bench. That's interesting. Of course, when you're ahead 5 to nothing, I guess that's the kind of thing you want to do. Here's DeRushy. Over to Albertine. Back to Rushy in his own end. Headman for Craner intercepted. The puck slides in behind the net, and Albertine picks it up again. Here's Albertine with it. Headman. DeRushy. DeRushy. Feeds it for Parker. Parker gets a stick on it, goes in behind the net. Stickney leaves it. Hard check thrown by Parker. Ouch. That had to hurt. That was on Mike Larkin. The puck right in front. Craner fired it just wide as he picked up the loose puck. The puck in behind the net. They jam at it. And finally it's tied up, and we'll have a face-off as Craner had a nice opportunity.
He did.
Right
the
there.
Puck came out, and just as he was skating through the slot, the puck came out from behind where Parker was fighting for the puck. And that time, Craner just, actually, a good chance right there for Massena to get on the scoreboard. Shot it just wide. I'm not sure if Stickney had put a stick on that shot or not. Face off now in the St. Joe's end. Early third period.
Mike Larkin is sitting on the bench now as he was the recipient of that hard check thrown by Chris Parker. And I think he's talking to himself right now just a little bit. I don't know if it's to the point where how many fingers can you see, but he's sitting there shaking his head a little bit. Well, now it's Jim Larkin coming out. And what do we have here? We've got, well, we'll pick it up. But Dan Johnson's out there for the first time off the face-off a whistle. They'll do it over again. It's still the Gustafson line out there, I guess. But Johnson's playing defense with Jim Larkin. Gustafson will face off against Mickey Edwards. Off the draw, puck still in the circle. Comes to Jim Larkin, feeds it all the way down the ice. But I don't think it's going to go for icing. No, it doesn't. It comes to Johnson. Johnson feeding it around the boards. Now he's going to follow it himself. And he starts out. Jeff Johnson out to center ice, moves it ahead. He's still got it across the blue line, has it taken away, and it's out to center ice again. Thibodeau racing for it. Paquin gets there first, comes up with the puck in his own end. Headman to Edwards, goes off his skate, feeding it ahead for Valance. Valance takes it across the blue line, ahead to Edwards, and Edwards rubbed off the play by Larkin. Jim Larkin picks the puck up, feeds it around the boards. Sidden, oh, he just got railed. Whoa, and the puck free at center ice. Now it's into the Massena zone. Sabatso, as he comes out, as Mount St. Joe's makes a line change here. Now Edwards picks it off his stick, and it goes off Jeff Johnson back into Mount St. Joe's territory and behind the net. Back to pick it up is Jeff Barrett. Barrett starts out, across the blue line. Massena behind 5-0 here. We're in the third period. Backhander comes into Massena territory, and Chris Sidden going back for it. Sidden, it's by a check, feeds it over to Paquin. Paquin off the boards for Jeff Fauché. Fauché starts out. Goes to Burke. Burke breaks across the blue line, gets a shot off, but offsides was called. 12:52 left to go in the third period. 5-0 for Mount St. Joe's. Burke's line out there now, and it's the Sean Brannon line, I should say. And
looking for, I wondered what the St. Joe's coach looking for a bag of ice. I guess Mike Larkin did.
I think he's holding his hand. Apparently,
right.
Let me see where they put the ice on the hand.
Hand or arm, is it? Is it on the hand?
Yeah.
Hit his hand, I guess, on the boards in the back. Okay, now the face-off.
Off the draw. Puck comes back to Albertine at the red line. He immediately dumps it into St. Joe's territory. Puck around the boards. They try to move it out of there. Anderson has it stolen by Albertine right in front. And the puck bounces free back to the blue line and out to center ice. Burke after it there. Right back in the zone. Backhander by Brannon out to center ice again. Now Anderson feeds it ahead into Massena territory. Albertine after it. He and Brannon jam. The puck comes free. It's picked up by DeRushy. Mike DeRushy in the corner now. Feeding it over to Albertine. Albertine starts out right side. Bruce Albertine now. Dipsy doodles across the blue line to center ice. Albertine still got it across. Takes it, poke checked away as he tried to get through. And it's back the other way to center ice. Now DeRushy picks it up. Gets by a check. Takes it in the zone. They jam for it. DeRushy still got it. Has it taken away. And it bangs into the penalty box. And the faceoff will come just inside Mount St. Joe's territory. 5-0 the score here. After that chance by Massena early in the period, not a heck of a lot's happened.
No, Mount St. Joe's not having any chances here in the third period, and Massena only having the one shot, good chance by Craner. Other than that, no offensive action.
Gustafson against Craner. Craner wins the draw, slides it in the middle. It's intercepted, and back out to center ice it goes off Dan Johnson's stick. Now picking it up is Gustafson, gets a shot. Ooh, glove, but it was off the net as Kinney holds on. And the faceoff will come in Massena territory. 5-0. The scoreboard reads 11:47 left to play in the third period. Massena behind to Mount St. Joe's. And the crowd is thinned out considerably.
Yeah, I'll tell you one thing. The very quiet crowd, Jerry. That's as quiet a crowd as, as we've seen, I guess.
Here's Paquin with the puck now. Feeding it ahead. It goes to Solvey. He can't handle it. Puck bounces off the boards. Parker's got it for second. Now picked up by Darren King. King steps by one, steps by another. Now just bounces it right on. Stickney makes the save, had a little problem with it, but he leaves it into the corner. Parker throws a check. It comes ahead to Thibodeau, to Gustafson. Gustafson loses. Puck comes to Craner in the corner. Craner in the corner. He's taken out of the play by Larkin. Larkin comes up with it, backhands it out to center ice. Slides in the Massena territory. Kinney stops it, leaves it for Darren King. King moving back, long headman pass intercepted. Larkin offsides as he tried to sneak it in the zone, but one of his men was caught offsides, and the faceoff moves outside.
Good thing, because I'll tell you, he had a head of steam going across that blue line. If he had him offside, he might have been there all alone.
Let's see here, the Mickey Edwards line out there now. Off the faceoff, puck trickles into the Massena zone. Picked up there, Albertine. Headman. Edwards slides it free for Johnson. Johnson gets by a couple, gets a shot on, hits the side of the net. Now the puck in behind the net. Johnson trying to throw a check. Back pick it up is Jeff Barrett. Barrett feeding along the boards but not out. Kept in by DeRushy. DeRushy shot goes wide. I think it went off Chad Valence's stick. Now the puck in the corner. Barrett again with it. Feeding it over. Valance trying to put some forechecking pressure on. The puck comes around the boards and back out. It's Sabatso who just dumps it in the Massena zone. Stopped by Kinney. Well, he lets it go through. And the puck comes to DeRushy. Back on the other side, Albertine. Albertine moving it ahead. Left side out to center ice. Albertine building up ahead of steam across the blue line. Now gets by a check. Albertine trying to slide it through. Barrett takes it away. Back to the blue line. Out to center ice. And back comes Edwards for it. Edwards has it taken away. Here's Brannon waiting for somebody to come and pass it to, but he can't. And the puck taken into the corner. And back the other way comes Edwards for Massena. Here comes Mickey Edwards, across the blue line. Edwards in on the left side, slides it right on, and Stickney makes the save. Here comes the other way Larkin. Larkin gets by a check, but he doesn't quite control the puck, and it comes to Paquin. Paquin's headman, met for Medina, goes by him, and icing will be called as it went just a little bit too far.
Well, face-off, we'll be back in the Massena end. Down to 9:40 to go, third period. Massena still down by a score of 5-0. 3 of St. Joe's goals coming in the first period, 2 coming in the second period. No scoring as yet in the third period.
Face-off will be to the left side. Off the draw. Puck controlled by Massena. Here comes Fauché. Fauché backhands it into the zone of Mount St. Joe's. Fauché in behind the net now, trying to center it. Taken away by Larkin, feeds it around the boards. It goes by Sitton all the way down the ice. And the puck comes in behind the net. After this, Paquin taken into the boards. Puck still free. Paquin comes up with it, slides it ahead, and Massena tries to break it out of the zone once more. Here comes Fauché. Across the blue line. Poke checked away, back out to center ice. Stickney with it. Stickney leaves for Thibodeau. Thibodeau slides it in the Massena zone. Now it's back out again as they jam it along the blue line. Finally, Fauché picks it up. Just passes it ahead to himself, but Larkin's there to intercept and dump it down the ice again. Apparently went off somebody as icing waved off. In behind the net. Here's Sitton with it. Chris Sitton moving it ahead. That goes all the way down the ice, and that'll be an ice. No, they do call that one.
That time, Massena on a breakout, but Sitton missing his man at center ice by quite a bit. And the puck going all the way down. Icing call against Massena. Face-off will be back in the Massena end to the left of Jim Kenny, who has been in net tonight for Massena. Pete Stickney in nets for Mount St. Joseph's. It's 5-0 Mount St. Joseph with 8:41 to go in the third period.
Massena territory. Trainer's line out there again off the draw. Puck back to the blue line, but not out. Kept in there. After this, Sabatso and DeRushy jam. Picked up by Albertine. His headman pass goes to Parker just by him. It's swept away and back out by Chris Murray. Now back into the Mount St. Joe's zone. Lotta Bush is there, but can't get it out. Now Murray follows up. Brings it to the Massena blue line. DeRushy's there to intercept the pass. Here's DeRushy being bothered. Skates in front of his own net, takes it in the corner. Now he finally feeds it ahead for Albertine, and Massena starts to break it out again. And we're going to have an offside as Craner a little bit ahead of the play as Albertine started to take the shot, but then kind of double pumped on it, and it caught Craner offsides.
Mount St. Joe's is pretty much playing a defensive, gone into a decent pattern here. A lot of times when they get the puck in their own end, they're just throwing it out to the middle or throwing out toward the Massena end. They're really not trying to do much scoring, just trying to keep Massena off the scoreboard.
I think they're just going for the shutout now.
Yeah, that's all.
That's what it looks like. Paquin with a puck now, feeding it ahead. Edwards, Valance, offsides again on Massena. And we're down to 7:57 left to play here in the third period. 5-0 the scoreboard reads. Mount St. Joe's on top. Off the face-off, the puck slides back in the Massena territory. And back there is Darren King. Ahead to Greg Paquin. Paquin feeding for Edwards, makes a nice move. Stops at the blue line and has it taken away by Larkin. Here's Larkin dumping it. Oh, it goes in the net.
Oh, he was just dumping the puck from the left side, and as he did, I don't know, Jimmy Kenny had to just misjudge that. It was not a hard shot, but it picked just inside the post. St. Joe's goes up by a score of 6-0. That gives Jimmy Larkin his hat trick for the night.
Although I'm sure he didn't expect to get a hat trick on that shot. It wasn't a shot. He was just dumping into the Massena zone. And, well, I'll tell you, sometimes when things go bad, they go bad. Off the face-off. Puck back in the Massena zone. King headmans it to Edwards. Edwards for Jeff Johnson. Johnson across the blue line. Has it taken away. Goes back to the blue line. King trying to keep it in. He does. There's Darren King trying to dump to an open wing. Thibodeau intercepts. Comes back the other way. There's Thibodeau across the blue line. Ooh, Johnson just railed him. Took him out of the play. The puck comes to Darren King around the boards. Chad Valance. Valance moving it out to center ice. Trying to drop the pass. It's intercepted by Gustafsson. Gustafsson loses to Johnson. The bouncing puck to the Massena blue line. Stickney takes it in. Into the corner it goes. Johnson pokes it away and goes after it himself. Feeding around to Paquin. Paquin back on the other side for Darren King. King's headman hits Edwards' skate. Now he starts out. Edwards comes back. Takes it out right side. Here comes Edwards. Just dumping it from the red line. Deep in Mount St. Joe's territory. In to try to pick it up, Jeff Barrett moving it ahead. The puck comes back to the blue line and out to center ice and down in the Massena zone. And that'll be an icing call against Mount St. Joe's. 6-0 now our score with 6:33 left to play. And Massena just looking to get on the scoreboard here.
Well, as you say, when things go bad, I guess they go really bad. Jimmy Kenny, I think, would like to hide on that one. It's just one of those things that happens to a goalie once in a while. You just misjudge the shot, and all of a sudden it catches the inside of the post, and that's what happened in that 6th goal of St. Joe's.
Puck comes back to Albertine at the blue line, right in front. Burke can't hit the backhander off. Now he does. We have a whistle. We're going to have a penalty.
And the penalty or man in the crease? I'm not sure.
Man in the crease, I guess. Yeah, man in the crease.
Okay, they bring the puck just outside St. Joe's blue line, and Massena had the puck, and they had a man in the crease. So it was whistle dead face-off just outside of St. Joe's blue line.
6:25 left to play. 3rd period, off the face-off. Puck all the way back in the Massena zone. Kenny stops it, leaves it for DeRushy. DeRushy waiting. Now he starts to move it out right side. Headman for Burke goes by him. It's right back into layoff size call, but DeRushy takes it out, so that's waved off. Here's DeRushy across the blue line, skates by Larkin. Centering pass meant for Fauché, a little bit too far, and the puck comes back to the point. Albertine keeps it in, feeds it into the corner. Now it's picked up by Fauché again. Fauché behind the net, circles around, back to the point. Here's DeRushy, can't get the shot off, tries to shovel it off to Albertine, but not a very good pass. And the puck comes back out to center ice. Into the zone it goes, and a hard check thrown there, breaking it up as the puck comes into the corner, and DeRushy picks it up. Around the boards for Albertine. Albertine starts out for Massena. Headman to Burke. Burke just dumps it from the red line. Shot right on. Stickney has to make the save. Now in behind the net, Medina throws the check, but Larkin steps in there to pick up the puck, beating it ahead. It goes to Lada Bush, who just levels it out to center ice. We're going to have a whistle and a tripping call on Marty Medina.
Medina going off. That's his 2nd tripping penalty of the night.
Actually, his 3rd.
The 3rd.
He got a double that last time around. That. So Medina goes into the box, and Massena will be shorthanded here with 5:20 left to play. 6-0. Mount St. Joe's on top. See here, Brannon's line comes out on the power play. Off the face-off. Comes to Sidden. Sidden backhands it into the Mount St. Joe's zone. Brannon picks it up there. Anderson. Anderson loses it. And it's back to the Mount St. Joe's blue line. Back there to pick it up is Chris Murray. Bangs it off the boards to the Massena blue line. Sidden's there. Headman it right back in the zone. Barrett picks it up. Tries to pass it ahead for Anderson. A little bit too far. Poked away by Paquin. And it slides back again in the Mount St. Joe's zone with a minute left in the power play. 6-0. Mount St. Joe's on top of Massena. Parker steals it for a second, but he loses it again. And back the other way comes Pat Curran in the corner, in behind the net. Picked up now by Craner. Yeah, Kevin Craner with it. Moving it out. Circles, wasting time as Massena killing a penalty. Craner stops, waits, and bangs it down the ice. And Stickney gets a piece of it on the way by. And it's in the corner where it's picked up by Chris Murray. Murray headmans it. Here comes Gustafson. Gustafson building up a head of steam to Thibodeau. Thibodeau taken out of the play, and it's banged back down the ice by Chris Parker. 17 seconds left. Here comes Jim Larkin with it. Uh-oh. No, he's going to pass it ahead to Thibodeau. Thibodeau moving it across. Gustafson feeding to Stickney right in front. Shot. Kenny makes a nice save, and the puck goes up into the net. Nice pass play there again by that first line.
Well, that first line is their strength. They've been involved in all 6 goals for Mount St. Joe's.
3 seconds left in the power play. Just 3:53 left in the 3rd period. You're listening to Massena Red Raider Hockey on 1340 WMSA, Massena, New York. Face off right side. Off the draw. Puck in behind the net. DeRushy with it. Trying to slide it free, but it's picked up by Thibodeau. Now he loses back to DeRushy again. He starts out right side, but he's going to dump it down. It's right on, or that would have been an icing call. So penalty is up. And Stickney leaves it for Larkin. Larkin headman pass out to center ice. Here comes Gustafson across the blue line. Thibodeau breaking right in front. He shot just wide. And again, nobody picked him up. Now the puck comes free. Edwards. Edwards almost lost it. Now he gets it back again. Headman pass. Goes off the stick of Johnson, but He's on the wrong side of the red line, and icing will be the call.
That time, another good scoring chance for Mount St. Joe's. The play was there, and one thing, Massena defense are allowing the Mount St. Joe's players to just, all they're doing, they're backing into the goal. They're letting them just roam around in there, backing into the goal in that time, except for the shot that went wide. That could have been another goal.
Okay, it's going to be Sabatso's line out there against the Burke line. Off the face-off. DeRushy after it, trying to come up with it. Slides it ahead. Hard check thrown, and finally they tie it up in the corner. And let's see here. That's Tony Convertini who's out there for the first time tonight with 3:10 left to play in the third period. Again, Greg Sabatso's line out there. Off the face-off, puck in the corner. DeRushy around the boards for Fauché. Fauché has it taken away. Now DeRushy throws the check, and Burke picks up the puck. Here comes Mark Burke breaking out of the zone. Burke stops at the red line. Feeds it ahead for Darren King. King just dumps it in Mount St. Joe's territory. Back pick it up is Chris Murray. Murray gets by a check, feeds it to the blue line. King keeps it in there. And we're going to have a penalty, and that's going to go on Darren King. And going to be, what? Roughing, I guess?
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, that happened right in front of the bench. And it was pretty obvious penalty, as he caught the Mount St. Joe's player with his forearm right in the mask. Roughing the call, so Parker and Sobey come out there, along with Adams and Aubertine. And we've got Bernie Adams out centering a line here. I think this is his first activity, as Mike Adams feeds it back to the blue line, but not out, and the save made on the shot from the point. Now it's finally dumped down the ice, and Stickney has to make a save there by Mike Adams. Now, here he comes again, Larkin. Larkin trying to get by some checking, but he doesn't. Now he feeds it over on the other side, and finally it comes in the Massena zone, side of the net. Mike Adams with it. He lifts it out to center ice and down the ice again. About 50 seconds left in the penalty, 1:58 in the third period. Here comes Fitzgerald now. Oh, Sauvé just railed him. Whoa, but it was a clean check. And Fitzgerald, not a very big fella, and he went flying. Now the puck in the zone. Here's Sauvé's shot, and the save made by Stickney. It's the best chance Massena's had in quite some time. And that was a shot from the blue line.
All right, Stickney covered up on that. Good thing, as the Parker was sitting right there looking for a rebound, but it was right in the midsection of Pete Stickney for Mount St. Joe's. Covered up, forcing the face-off into the Mount St. Joe's, and we got 1:39 to go in the game. Massena losing by a score 6-0, and Mount St. Joe's is on the power play as Darren King in the penalty box.
Okay, Paquin and Feely come out now to play defense. Off the face, Sauvé trying to get the shot off, doesn't go on. And back the other way comes Larkin, ahead to Anderson, who just feeds it in the Massena zone. Feely with it there, taken out of the play. Puck picked up, and into the corner it goes, intercepted. Feely again trying to get it out of there. Here's a shot, and it's just wide. That shot taken by Bannon. Now the puck about halfway out, finally slides out center ice. Bannon picks it up again, or Brannon, I should say. Drops it to Larkin. Just about a minute left to play in the third period. And the puck goes into the zone. Anderson with it there. He and Paquin jam. The puck free, back to the blue line. Murray's got it. In behind the net again. Paquin. Paquin looks to tie it up. And it slides free, and it's still free. Picked up by Brannon behind the net. Brannon trying to pass it in front. Comes to Anderson, back to Brannon. Has it poked away by Feely. Feely moves it along the boards. Trying to kick it ahead. And finally, it's picked up by Massena's Parker, and he feeds it to Convertini. Convertini taken out of the play. The puck back along the boards into the Massena zone. 25 seconds. Icing will be the call and move the faceoff back. Mount St. Joe territory. So it looks like the 6-0 is going to be the way it ends.
Looks like it's going to stick. Mount St. Joe picking up 3 goals the first period, 2 goals the second period, 1 goal the third period.
6-0 to score. We're down to 24 seconds left to play. And we'll, needless to say, wrap this one up quickly.
I don't think it'll take too long.
Nope. Nope. And we'll be back here tomorrow afternoon, about 1 o'clock, as Massena will take on MAI. In the second game, this team will play OFA. Imagine after what OFA has seen tonight, they're probably not all that anxious to see them. Off the faceoff, Bintz gets a shot off. That's wide. Puck in the corner. Back to the blue line. Feely keeps it in, swipes it in the corner. Now it's back out again into the Massena zone. Paquin's back for it. 12 seconds left. Here's Paquin. Side of the net has it poked away. Gustafson looking to tie it up. Now he moves it ahead and kicks it into the corner. 2 seconds, 1 second. That'll take care of it right there. And the ball game is over as Mount St. Joe's defeats Massena on a score of 6-0. And they've been in command the entire hockey game. As Reg said, 3 in the first, 2 in the second, 1 more in the third. And, of course, Jim Larkin leading the way with a hat trick. Gustafson had a couple of goals. And let's see here. The other goal was scored by Phil Thibodeau. So 3, 2, and 1. And that's how the scoring went. 3 in the first, 2 in the second, 1 in the third. 6-0. Massena will be playing in the first game tomorrow against MAI at 1 o'clock, and we'll be here for that one. Any final comments, Reg?
Well, I think maybe Massena got a little bit of lesson here on how to play good high school hockey. I guess that's all you can say. They just met a better team. St. Joe's, a real good team. Of course, they got a kid by the name of Jim Larkin, who is an excellent player on defense. But I'll tell you, this Gustafson, a number